Hi, I'm Krystle. I've loved dolls since I was a child, and I never outgrew it. So, when I discovered Reborn dolls, my collection started to grow. There's Haley, Landon, Avery, Chloe, Shiloh, Grace, Jamie, Jeremy, Maya, Yuki, Savannah, and Ava. Along with collecting, I've been a Reborn artist since 2008. It isn't easy keeping up with my collection, but it sure is a lot of fun. Hey guys, so I am finally here to kind of wrap up my experience and thoughts on the doll show. I think I touched upon just about everything that I wanted to say, but just kind of wanted to sum up a few things. And kind of like what I felt I got out of the show this year. So, first and foremost, I have to say that I had an absolutely wonderful time. But yeah, I don't know. This year in particular, I felt was the best year. I, for one thing, absolutely loved meeting so many of the wonderful people that I watch on YouTube and correspond with through YouTube. And it was just wonderful. And having Yvonne as a roommate was just amazing. She and I just clicked right from the beginning. I mean, we've clicked way before that, but it really like was even better in person. And she and I are so much alike and have a lot in common, and we just had so much fun. And then meeting her Londa, she was hilarious, and I don't know, just all of us together, we just had so much fun, joking around, laughing, enjoying our babies, and all of that. And there was one story that I did forget to tell you guys about, and that was when I got Zoe. Of course, I was so excited, and I posted her picture right away on Instagram and Facebook. And Albie Wenzel, who is the artist of Yvonne's baby that she adopted at the show, she came up to me the next day and said, "Your mom's comment on the picture of Zoe was so cute. She loved that my mom wrote," what did she write? She wrote, "You little stinker, you got another doll." And I had to laugh at that comment because I had told my mom ages ago about Zoe being in the works and stuff, but I guess she forgot. But anyways, so Albie thought it was just so cute when my mom called me a little stinker for getting a new doll. But yeah, it was just so wonderful to be around so many people that love the dolls as much as I do. It was so, I don't know, I just felt so at home, and it was like freeing to just be able to bring your baby anywhere you wanted to at any time of the day and not have anyone look at you funny or say, "Oh, you're bringing the doll." I mean, people just get it, and that's what was so nice for me. And I have another story as well that I wanted to tell you guys about. I think one of the best parts of the experience was hanging out in the lobby every night with all the wonderful people and their babies. And so one night we were hanging out in the lobby, and Yvonne and I happened to notice these two men. One of them was a very muscular, fit guy, looks like he body builds, and he had tattoos all over his arms, and they were sitting near the bar on this little table and chairs, and they are sitting there surrounded by all these women with dolls, and they were into their own hobby, I guess it was. They were playing some kind of a game, and I really have no idea what game it was. It didn't look familiar to me, but as part of this game, they all had these little pieces on these little sticks or something, and they were all like these little figurines, I guess. And they were just right into their game, playing, and not once did anyone bat an eye at them or think it was weird what they were into. And so Yvonne and I found that really interesting because, you know, like, we, you know, doll collectors still get the flack, like, you guys are nuts, like, why do you like this? Why are you playing with dolls when you're grown women? And yet other people can have other hobbies that could essentially be considered childish, and they don't get any flack for it. So we were really intrigued by whatever it was that they were doing, and we just thought it was hilarious that they were sitting in amongst all these women with dolls, and they didn't seem to care because they had their own hobby. So that was kind of an interesting story that I forgot to tell you guys about, and I don't know, it was really interesting. That's all I can say. I really wish I knew what it was that they were playing, though. I should have asked them. But yeah, so that was another thing. And so basically, I would say the highlights for me were definitely, you know, being able to have Zoe delivered to me in person. Not only from the standpoint of saving custom fees, which is a big plus, but it was a whole new experience of receiving a baby. You know, most of the time we adopt our dolls online. They get shipped to our house and we open a box, and that's how we get a new baby. When I went to the doll show with my mom, I adopted a doll at the show at someone's booth, which again was a different experience. It was going there and seeing all of the babies to choose from and choosing one. And then this one, you know, it was a custom order from an artist that I love and admire, and, you know, I already have one of her babies in my collection, so there was no doubt in my mind that her work would, you know, be wonderful. And then, of course, we did the whole thing again of waiting until I actually see her in person to see her finished. So that's always fun. You know, like, I generally usually wouldn't do that with customs, but with Kate, I really trust her abilities to the point that, you know, I actually like being surprised. So there was that surprise element. And then it was just, you know, having her artist hand deliver her to me so that she got to see my reaction right there in person instead of like in a video. And I got to share in that excitement with her and Yvonne and Herlonda, and Melissa was there, and it was amazing. It was a whole different way to experience receiving a doll. So I liked that. So that was definitely a highlight. Another highlight for me was just being able to go out on shopping trips. It was wonderful to have someone who was willing to drive us, so that we could save money on taxi fare. And it was just nice to be able to go as a group and, you know, get out of the hotel and see different things and, you know, see different stores. I mean, it was my first time in a Janny and Jack. It was the first time in a Janny and Jack for a lot of us. So that was cool. And I guess, yeah, I mean, just the main highlight for me was just meeting new people and also seeing like old friends that I met at previous shows that I haven't seen in over a year. So I really feel like for me, that is the main thing that I love about the show, is just getting together with like-minded people. Even if there wasn't like a showroom floor to shop in, I probably wouldn't really care because I just like hanging out with the people. So that was highlights for me. And I also really found reactions to be very positive on this whole trip. So that was another plus. Like, it didn't matter where we went. You know, any store we went into, any mall, any, you know, restaurant, anywhere in the hotel. Didn't matter where we went, Walmart. We just got nothing but good reactions. No one said anything negative. So that was a bonus. I definitely think the show needs to advertise more. Because when we went out to shops and malls and things like that with the dolls, and we got all these positive reactions and people that were extremely interested in where the dolls come from, how they're made, and then when we told them about the doll show, a lot of them really wanted to go to the doll show, but because it was such short notice, they were like scheduled to work and they couldn't go. So, you know, I think they need to go to these local stores and malls and like, especially the American Girl store, and get like, you know, flyers in there or something to advertise the doll show. Especially the American Girl store, because it's a doll store, and, you know, I don't know. I just think they definitely need to do more promoting, to get more foot traffic in the door, and to get more people into the art that aren't familiar with it. We met so many people who had never heard of this, and they thought it was amazing, and they were interested, and they wanted to learn more. So I think they definitely need to work on that. And also, I think, like, for them, you know, I know, like, advertising, it's expensive and that stuff, so they need to keep their costs low, but they can get a lot of free advertising by doing, like, social media and stuff. So I think they need to, like, expand that. But anyways, regardless, I thought it was a wonderful show. And yes, a lot of people had complaints about the hotel and stuff, but in my opinion, it was very minor. A fire can happen anywhere, anytime. It's not the hotel's fault, really. I mean, it can happen. You deal with it. They were kind enough to give us a $10 discount for each day that we couldn't have the hot breakfast because of the fire. So I thought that was fine. To me, you know, okay, some people had the issues with the windows leaking during the storm like I did. I let them know about it. Apparently they are now under new management, and they're going to be renovating the entire place. So hopefully these issues will be cleared up, if they decide to keep the show there. But personally, like, I'm not going there to stay in the hotel. Like, I'm going there to hang out with my friends and meet new people and see the dolls and go shopping. And really, like, we hardly ever spend time in the hotel room. So to me, whatever. Like, I choose to look at the positives And to me, it was a successful show, and they did a wonderful job. All the, you know, directors of the show did a wonderful job. And I mean, it's not their fault, anything that went wrong with the hotel. Like, it's just not their fault. So personally, you know, I don't really care too much about the hotel. I mean, the location was convenient. You know, we had the free shuttle that could take us to places to eat, places to shop, free airport shuttle. Big plus for people like me who don't drive, or even people that do drive and just don't want the expense of renting a car. And the price was right for the hotel. It included breakfast, which saved money. Yeah, I personally think it was it was a good value for where we were. And yeah, I can't really think of anything else in that aspect. But oh, and also there was like fast food places that you could walk to right across the street. So I mean, things were accessible. It was a good location, in my opinion. And the showroom floor was huge, lots of space, which I thought was great because the aisles were big. So, you know, because a lot of people have strollers, there was no bumping into each other. And so I thought it was great. So basically what I found is the opposite of what some other people found. I heard a lot of people come back from the show saying they were burned out from dolls. Like, they had fun at the show. They had fun playing with their dolls the whole time they were there. And then they came home and it was like, I just want to have a break now from dolls. I'm like burnt out. For me, it was the opposite. For me, it kind of reignited my passion in the hobby and my love of the hobby. And so I've actually been playing with my dolls more since being back from the show, as opposed to wanting to take a break from them. So so that's been nice. I've been playing with Pixie a lot. I've been changing her outfit like almost every day. And I haven't even made videos of that. I've just done it on my own. So it's kind of sparked back that side of collecting for me, where I just play with my dolls off camera. And that it's not all about making like a video of it. I just do it and enjoy it, or just holding a baby while I'm watching TV. So yeah, so for me, it kind of went the opposite way, and it's just reignited that. But it's also made me think about changing things too with my collecting and with my collection. And I'm going to talk about that in a different video, just the new direction that I want to take with my collection. But yeah, basically what it comes down to, though, is that I am going to be putting some dolls up for sale, and that's all I'll say about it. But I'll talk about it more in another video, and what has made me decide that. But anyways, that's basically it. I just basically wanted to kind of wrap up my thoughts on the show. And honestly, like, to me, I don't know. I was watching Herlanda the other day, and talking about trying to just arrange our own doll meetup. And I really like that idea of just getting together with some doll friends for a weekend or something like that. Kind of like what I did in Minnesota with my Baby Think It Over and Neonates group. Instead of like a formal doll show setting. You know, I've done the doll show thing 3 years in a row now, and, you know, I don't really care if I visit the show. It's the people that I like to go for. because we all live so far away from one another and basically only get to see each other at a doll show or if someone arranges some kind of get together. So yeah, I think I might prefer that over a doll show the next time if something like that could be arranged. I think that would be a lot of fun. Just a more relaxed atmosphere, kind of go with the flow, do whatever we want to do. That kind of stuff I think would be really fun. And just, you know, being with friends that share in the hobby. So, and it's fun to see like other people's babies and like hold them, and yeah, I don't know, it was really fun. And it was also an eye-opening experience. Forgot to mention that too. It was an eye-opening experience in terms of some artists that I really admired their work online. And then when I saw their work in person, I was very disappointed. And I won't name names, but there was a lot of there wasn't a lot of them, but there was quite a few that I was like, wow, like that looks completely different than the pictures that I see of their dolls online. And some of them even had like the picture of the doll that they had there. Like they had like their picture from online, and then they had the doll there in person right below the picture, and it looked like a completely different doll. So it's narrowed down my choices of artists, which is interesting. Like some artists that were like, oh my god, I would like love to own one of their works one day, but now it's like, now that I've seen them in person, it's like, yeah, don't really want to spend the money on that. So so it was kind of an eye-opener in that sense. It's nice to be able to actually physically see the work in person, because, you know, photoshopping can be done in pictures. So many things can be done to pictures to make the doll look better than it actually is. So yeah, but anyways, that's it. That's I can't think of much else to say about the show, except that I had a wonderful time and I didn't want it to end, and I miss everybody. All right, so that's it for this video. We will see you next time. Bye, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's a Bambi Lovey. And a taggy too. Like it's a Lovey with the taggies. Oh my goodness, Becky. This is beautiful. Look, it has a little deer, like Bambi, on top. And then attached to it is this nice little, it's got Thumper